And so legally the shoes were mine, but the producer wanted them for himself because they were worth a lot of money. So I took them and then wore them on Conan and then told everybody that I stole them from Queen Latifah. So you can't get back from that. So then I did her talk show, and she gave me a pair of, you know, those 70s platforms with goldfish in the heel? So I have those. They both have places of honor in my home.
Let's give him a big welcome for DJ Qualls.
So thank you all for coming to my panel. This is the first time I've been to Altoona. I'm looking forward to going out and sampling your dive bars this evening. If anybody has a recommendation, I will take that. I like to always get out wherever I am. I don't want my whole life to be just, you know, airport, hotel, venue, and then back home. I really like to see where I am. I just shot a movie in State College. It was the first time I'd been to this area. I wrapped like 9 days ago. I got shot with a musket and then bayoneted to death, and then I got on a plane and went back to LA. So that was my first experience with this area, this part of Pennsylvania. So I think it's only up from there. I had a great time. I happened to be in State College when it was Parents' Weekend, but there wasn't a game. So I was stoked that there wasn't a game, because when I came from the airport, I couldn't believe the size of the stadium. It's twice as big as Dodger Stadium. That is insane. But what ended up happening is I wound up having a day to myself, so I did my own pub crawl, sitting next to parents who are proud of their kids who are pretending like they don't drink. It was an interesting weekend. And I'm here with you guys. So, and I'm happy to be here. So we're gonna play something I like to call the world's shittiest game show. And how this works is I'm gonna pick something not great from my bag, because I never throw anything away. And every time you engage me, are there mics set up for people to ask questions? There we are. So every time you ask me a question, I'm gonna pick a number between 1 and 235. And for every time you engage me at this mic, I'm going to take your guess and your name. So here's what we have today on offer. Let's see what's bad in here. See, this was so much easier pre-COVID, because you would get like a handful of prescription medication, but they frown on that. I do need my Klonopin. Okay, you could win a Liverpool keychain, where Jensen and I had our friendship breakthrough moment. Let's see what else is in here. This is, I think it's me as a werewolf, made out of, what are these things called? Do you know these little peg things? Do kids know what those are? Anyway, it's that. And then one last thing would be, that's a business card I need. Let's see, I want that candy. Oh, here's a pack of Nerds. I'm not eating carbs this week, and I'll sign them. So there you have it. Oh, wait. There's one other thing in here that I've been trying to get rid of that nobody wants. Oh, Lord, wait. Oh, my old, I don't know why people don't want this. It's my old Square reader from my phone, and this is so signable, but nobody wants it. I'm not gonna force you to take it. I'm also not even gonna force you to play this game show. Does anybody want to play this? Okay, perfect. So I need a piece of paper. Does anybody have a piece of paper? Who works here? Oh, wait, no, I have one.
You got one?
Yeah, I've never been prepared before for anything, and I'm prepared for this. Hold on. I've got, oh, look at that. I've got a pad of paper and condoms. I'm prepared for any eventuality. Kidding about the condoms. Let's see. So I'm going to pick my number. It is between 1 and 235. It's going to be. What's the hardest part? I know. Oh. I'm going to write a bunch so you don't know how many numbers I'm doing. Okay. All right, perfect. Hi, thank you for playing the World Shittiest Game Show. I'm your host, DJ Qualls. Who would like to play with me, so to speak? Hi.
Good morning.
Is it a Band-Aid? Yeah, it's a Band-Aid. I don't know. Oh, no, it's one of those teeth harps. Hi.
Good morning.
Oh, how this works is you're going to ask me something. I'm going to answer 30% of it, forget what you asked me, and tell you something you didn't ask for. So that's just the way it works. Hi.
Hello,
What's your name?
Lisa,
And what's your guess at the number?
197.
That's a good guess. Terrible. No, you didn't win. I wouldn't tell you anyway. That kind of messes up the game. Oh, so let's see. What'd you guess?
197.
197. Okay. What's on your heart today?
I just saw an old video of you where you were at a talk show and you had just liberated the tennis shoes.
I stole those shoes from Queen Latifah.
Did you ever trade them in on the art?
I didn't, but I kept them, and now they're worth like $20,000. So here's what happened. So I did a movie about sneaker culture that Queen Latifah was producing, and I'm the kind of person that takes everything that's not nailed down. Like when I did Breaking Bad, I left with like 8 bags of that blue meth. It's rock candy. I've got my road trip T-shirt. I've got the underwear from that movie. I got Mr. Fizzles from Supernatural, all squirreled away. When shit hits the fan and I can't work anymore, I'm going to sell all that stuff and move somewhere. What did you ask me? Did I answer it? Perfect. I feel vindicated. Wait, what did you ask me? Oh yeah. Oh, so they were sent for me to wear. They actually were made for Will Smith, but they were too small for him. So they sent them over to the set, and they arrived with a security guard. And it says in my contract that I get to keep everything that is not rented, that I try on, because they don't pay you for fittings, and I'm hard to fit. So they would call me like 12 times to go fit. So I'd spend most of my time trying on clothes. And the moment you tell them that they have to pay for everything that you try on, you get to keep, they cut those fittings right down. And so legally the shoes were mine, but the producer wanted them for himself because they were worth a lot of money. So I took them and then wore them on Conan, and then told everybody that I stole them from Queen Latifah. So you can't get back from that. So then I did her talk show, and she gave me a pair of, those 70s platforms with goldfish in the heel? So I have those. They both have places of honor in my home. So thank you for playing the game. Hi.
Hi. I'm Krista.
Hi, Krista.
Hi.
What's your guess?
Well, I was gonna guess 97. Thank you. And I was wondering if you would play Madlibs with us.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love Madlibs.
Can you do it? And
Yeah.
then you can like read it and stuff.
Yeah.
You're done?
You can get near me. Okay. Can I see your pen? Because I have a Sharpie and it doesn't write well. So do I do this whole thing? Okay, you're asking a lot. I'm going to do half of it. Okay, and actually, I'm going to take the audience is going to help me. Tell me a type of liquid. Bourbon. I see where you've read my bio. Okay, I think I spelled that wrong. Let's see, and I majored in English too. Give me a noun. That's a proper name. I heard dog. I'm going to say sausage. Give me an animal. What? Werewolf. Let me tell you about those werewolf claws. When I first got them, for some reason they gave me these claws that they glue on from the joint to the knuckle, and they were like that long. And they put them on, and once they're on, they were on. So I went to pee. I went to the porta potty that was on set, pulled my pants down, and couldn't get them back up. So I had to cover myself. And I had these giant claws, open the door with my elbow, scream out to a PA, I need a male PA! He came and pulled up my pants, but my penis got caught in the top of my waistband. And I tried to do that, and I cut myself. And then I went to the prosthetic makeup people who were only on set that day to do my werewolf stuff. And I'm like, why do they have to be so sharp? I'm like, oh, they don't. I'm like, why would you give me razor sharp claws? Anyway, let me finish this Mad Lib. Okay, so Hold on. Adjective. I'll do that. I'll do creepy. Give me another noun. That's a proper name. I can't do that. Well, no. Oh, I'll do Bob Saget. He's dead. But we have to be nice to him. He was very nice. He was on Legit with me. What did you say? I'll do car. Okay, give me another noun. Shotgun. Perfect. I'm from the South. I'm very familiar. Give me another animal. Hellhound? Okay, one more noun. Oh, hell yeah. I see you've also read my bio. Okay, give me a plural noun. So, socks. What? Another noun. Speaker. Give me another noun. Milk. I'm going to change it to penis. Okay, give me another noun. Pie. That's how you play. That's how you do this. I heard you in a crowded room. An adjective. Shiny. One more noun. Those are bad luck in New Orleans. Oh, a white lighter. Oh, you didn't know it said white. A lighter. Okay. A verb, past tense. Ran. Okay, one more adjective. Sticky? Okay, give me a number. 22. I heard 12 first. And a noun. Peanut butter, I heard that first. Okay. One night I was sitting alone in my creepy house sipping a cup of bourbon. Oh, that works. As I read from an old sausage, suddenly there was a werewolf noise coming from the car. The hair on the back of my shotgun stood straight up. I got hellhound bumps all over my body. This kind of works. Then I remember this lumberjack was supposed to be haunted. Someone or something was down in the speaker. I heard clanking socks as if a penis were being dragged across the floor of the pie. As if a penis were being dragged across the floor of a pie. I saw that movie. The room suddenly became shiny and cold. A big white lighter floated right through the door. I nearly ran in my pants. Speaking in a sticky voice, the ghost said something I'll never forget. I'd lived to be 12. That must be in dog years. I've just come from the bathroom and you're out of peanut paper. Peanut butter paper. And there we go. Whose is this? Thank you so much. Did you guess at the number already? All right, perfect. Okay, let me put my glasses back on so I can see where I am. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here. What's your name and your guess?
My name is Joe, and I guess 38.
48. Joe's my middle name. Have we met before?
No.
I didn't think so. What's on your heart today, Joe?
I want to say congratulations on the marriage.
Thank you. I'd like to tell you, never say you're not going to do something because you'll wind up doing that very thing.
I've got two questions. Some of your movies, you put yourself into situations that might have happened in real life situations in some way, or might happen to some people in their life.
Yeah, not in the new guy where I broke my penis. When we filmed that, I was convinced I would be 80 years old walking across a parking lot and somebody would scream "broke dick" at me, but it never caught on. And I'm glad about that.
My second one is, what's it like to be in a movie with Tom Green?
He was very normal. I find often with comedians especially, the more sort of outgoing they are on camera, the more reserved they are in real life. I think the funniest thing he said to me was, "Hey, bud, do you want to go to the pizzeria?" Like that's all he's not that person. That was a character that he was playing. And then I didn't see him. I think his divorce from Drew Barrymore, I think, maybe cost him his career. She's like Hollywood's child, right? Hollywood's darling. And so, or maybe some other things were at play, but he left Hollywood. I think he's much happier now. He has a talk show, and he has an active presence online. But I didn't really get to know him much because he was only there for a week. He didn't go on the road trip with us. They shot him out. I mean, he was very famous during that period. And then I think I saw him years later at Tony Hawk's son's birthday party. I think he and Tony Hawk, I think they're best friends. And then we reconnected, and now we keep in contact. But yeah, I didn't really know him then. And it was at the beginning of my career, and my career blew up so quickly after that I did like 12 movies in 3 years, and none of them were in Los Angeles. So I was moving from place to place to place, doing a movie, packing up and leaving. And so it's only in the last like maybe 5 years that I've really had a chance to look around and realize that I want to limit how much of my life I give to entertainment. So now I only do what I want, and I'm much happier. Thanks. Hello.
Hello.
What's your name and your guess?
My name's Desiree, and 99 pick. Yeah.
Nope. Hi.
Hi.
What's up?
Nothing.
Tell me things, or ask me things.
I was just wondering, do you have any behind-the-scenes funny stories with any of the Supernatural cast?
Somebody sprayed fart spray in my trailer. Also, I hate mayonnaise more than anything in this whole world. Like, I hate it to death. It's just revolting. And also, nobody asks you about it, and you can't undo that, right? And somebody put mayonnaise in the door handle of my trailer, so when I went to open it, it squished out all over my hands. And so I sat, and it was raining that day, and I went and I just did this, so I was in the rain doing this. Like it does that. When Ty leaves town, I throw the mayonnaise away. Whenever he's out of the house for more than 2 days, the mayonnaise goes in the trash. I don't even want to see it. If you've eaten mayonnaise and kissed me, I know that you've eaten mayonnaise, no matter what time of the day it happened. I don't like it, is what I'm trying to say. I'm hard to break on camera, because once I do that, like I have a hard time stopping laughing, so I'm very aware of it, and it's expensive. And Jared, there was a scene where I was dressed like, we were in a morgue, and I was dressed like Corporal Bobby Brown, like I was wearing this like army thing, and I walked up, and the scene was simple. Jared had a medical report, he reads it, and then I do this, and he reluctantly gives it to me, a coroner's report. And so we shoot their sides first, and then when I got the coroner's report, I opened up the folder, and instead of being a coroner's report, it was a piece of paper with stick figures doing the dirtiest stuff to each other I've ever seen. I learned a lot. It was like a stick figure Kama Sutra. But he did make me laugh, though, and he was very disappointed by that. But Sam, who plays Mary Winchester, they never mess with her, ever. I mean, I wouldn't mess with her either. She's one of my best friends, and I'm still a little scared of her. Thank you, Desiree.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. My name is Josh, and my guess is 73.
Perfect. What do you have to say to me?
I feel like I'm a little too tall for this.
I know. That's how I feel in the shower at the hotel.
Oh, trust me. I want to say I'm a fan of your podcast.
Oh, thanks.
Shout out to the New Zealand Bees.
Dude, my podcast is my favorite thing that I do. Thank you. And I love it, and it's the most free I've ever felt. So we no longer have the studio system, but we kind of still live in a studio system where you are not at liberty to say things and now I don't care. And I'll do whatever I want because I'm a grown-up. And so this is the forum where I tell all the stories and name all the names. I was going to wait until everybody dies, but with medical science, everybody's going to live for fucking ever. So I might as well tell all this now. Well, I'm alive. And yeah, I'm having a great time doing it.
My question is, did you guys successfully get to blackmail the person that hit Kelly's car?
No. So my podcast co-host, we went to somebody made spaghetti dinner. His mother was in town. His mother is in her mid to late hundreds. She's almost completely blind and completely deaf. She's one of the funniest people ever met. And so she wanted to make sauce for us. She said, I need to make some sauce for you. So she made us some sauce. It was actually good sauce. But we came out and somebody had sideswiped Kelly's car. And not like, clearly this person is a terrible driver because it wasn't like a dent sideswipe. It was one of those things that started at the very tip of the bumper and went all the way to the front of the car. It's somebody got into it and could not figure out all you had to do to get away from her was to do that. And they left a business card that had their insurance, like it was printed. So I was like, she does this a lot. So no, he didn't. I used to work in personal injury. We weren't in the car, but I worked at a guy named Bart Durham's office before I became an actor. If you've been injured in an accident, call Bart Durham. So I had some experience in that, but nobody was hurt, thankfully, but we didn't get anything out of it. Her car actually, I won't say it. It actually looked better with the scrape. Do not tell her I said that. I'm a little afraid of her too. She's bigger than me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi.
You look amazing.
Aw, thanks. I appreciate it. My name's Ray, and my guess is 180.
Gotcha.
All right, and my question is, can you still do the dance that you did in Road Trip?
I would rather die.
Okay. Valid answer.
I probably could. So that day I had to take a shot, and it was iced tea, which is like an ounce and a half, and jump up on stage. And I did that probably about 120 times from different angles and danced. And that was for 7 hours I did that. And somewhere in hour 5 I puked because it didn't occur to me that every time I have a brand new ounce and a half of fluid in my stomach. And I got whiplash recently from pretending to have Tourette syndrome on a recent show. I commit. I was in a neck brace for 4 days. And like when I had to eat Hot Pockets in the core, Hot Pockets was a sponsor of the movie, so they had a product placement there. I ate 79 of them. So I can still drink iced tea because that's what it was, because I'm Southern and there's no way around that. But I can't even look at Hot Pockets anymore. And the dance, whenever I see that segment, I get bubble guts, like a little, you know what I mean? It's like whenever you throw up for something, you know how when you see that, it makes you a little like remembery of that experience and a little sick? That's how I feel about the road trip dance. What? Yeah, PTSD flashback. Yep. Yeah, totally. But I can, but I won't.
All right, thank you. I appreciate you.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing all right. Looks like I lost my seat while I was in line.
Oh,
But
no. Do you want to sit up here?
Other than that, I'm okay.
Oh, you can sit right in the front.
Even that then. Awesome. Thanks. My name's Brianna. I guess I'm going to go with 176.
If nobody's taken that. You are good at this. Usually I lose track, but I think I'm on it today. I had a Red Bull.
That definitely helps.
It really does.
I'd like to ask you what your most memorable experience was preparing for a new role.
Oh, that's good. I had to do a lot of research for legit because it was sensitive because I was playing somebody who had advanced stage muscular dystrophy. And so I talked to a lot of people who had that and at different stages. Talked to some doctors to see what the prognosis is. It's not good. And I had to learn how to zoom in and out of narrow doorways in a motorized wheelchair by only using 2 fingers. And so that was the most preparation I've ever done. Usually, unless there's an accent, I don't like to do a lot before I arrive because there's an immediacy in film that I think gets harmed if you have prepared too much. Also, if you over-memorize lines, you'll forget them. I find a light memorization really helps you, but if you really get nervous and start pounding the lines into your brain, you will become so familiar with them that you'll be in the scene and think you've already said the thing, and you'll start questioning it. You know what I mean? It's like, have I said that already? And you'll get lost. So I don't like to do, that's the beautiful thing about film is that it's immediate, it's on the day. It's also why I think auditions are weird. Auditions are weird, I don't do them anymore because it's such a false thing to do. Like there's, the other actor's not there, you're reading with somebody that's doing this. I believe in as many as 6 possible things can happen before breakfast. And then you're like this, and then John died. You know what I mean? So it's completely false, and I resent it, and I don't do it. Because I really am in a place of doing only exactly what I want to do. And I'm finding that things are coming to me that I really, really want to do. Like, they asked me to read for Man in the High Castle 5 times, and I was like this, nope. And they're like, what? Because Hollywood is such a high school. The moment you start saying no to people, they do this. What's wrong with us? But if you want to do something and you audition for it, they'll do this. Well, I don't like his left ear. Do you know what I mean? It is a complete mind screw for the actor. And so when I realized that I don't have to do those things anymore, that they make me unhappy, not being chosen for some dumbass reason because some guy has a master's of business administration from Harvard and he thinks he is a creative. When I released myself from that, I started getting a lot more work. And when I got offered Man in the High Castle, this is how it happened. I get a call at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'd just gotten in from, I don't remember where I was filming, but I was doing something, and I'd gotten in at 9 o'clock in the morning. I got a call. Nobody calls me that early because people know me. I go through the 5 stages of grief every morning. I am not a morning person. And somebody called me, and it was like this. Hi, it's Ridley Scott's office. He'd like to meet you today at 3. And they just hung up on me. Like I'm supposed to know, like everybody in Los Angeles knows where Ridley Scott's office is. And he like directed Aliens and that kind of stuff. And so I called my manager. I'm like, Ridley Scott wants to meet with me. And so I went over there, and Ridley Scott pitched to me my character using storyboards that he had drawn that were of me. And then I found out that they were always going to offer me this part, but they wanted me to, but the casting people and the producers are so evil, they wanted me to read for it to make me think there was a bunch of other choices, so they got me cheaper. That's what Hollywood is like, but they didn't realize that the estate of the Philip K. Dick had selected me for this part because they had casting approval. These people are crooked as a barrel of snakes. I know you didn't ask that, but that's what you got.
Actually, it's very interesting.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm James.
Hi, James.
Am I allowed to guess 69?
Yeah, there has to be one.
All right. Okay, so I'm like undercover for my mom. Her name is Fawn. She loves you, and I have never seen Supernatural or anything, but she loved you before that.
I have never seen Supernatural. I saw one episode of it, and it made me turn it down.
Is it like secondhand embarrassment?
No, it's just, well, who wants to see themselves do anything? People that make a sex tape, I cannot understand. I can't even watch myself eat a sandwich on camera. I don't want to see myself do that.
I get it. Anyways, she just wants to know if you have any upcoming shows and movies.
I'm on a new HBO show called Bookie. I just did a movie called Deadlock. I have a movie on Hulu now called Carved about a pumpkin that comes to life and kills people. It was so fun. I love stupid horror movies. And you shoot at night. It's like being at summer camp, except it was cold as hell. I get killed wearing a bumblebee outfit. And it didn't occur to me. I know I'm running it for you. You're not going to watch it. But
No, I was going to tell my mom to watch
it didn't occur to me until the very end when I was dying. I was like, I'm wearing these dumbass antennae. And I wore them the whole movie because it was a costume party that got slaughtered. So yeah, those are the things I have coming up. And then I'm doing a movie called Sci-Fi Valley on an Indian reservation in December. I'm really excited about that. That's the thing that I chose to do this year that doesn't pay very much, but I really am passionate about doing it. I usually try to pick one thing a year to do.
I love that though, because
Yeah.
I love that celebrities are starting to notice like I am a person.
Yeah.
Not have to do everything all the time.
Yeah, and also the thing is there's tremendous pressure on us from our representation because they don't make money if we don't make money. Because 25% of salaries, an actor's salary goes to people who represent him. And if you aren't constantly working, they lose interest in you. And you could get dropped. And so I make what I make and do what I do sometimes I'll take a job because of the location, or sometimes it'll be money. And so there's a myriad of reasons why I'll take a job, but there's nothing better than the jobs you take just because you want to be there. And I hate the cold more than anything in the world, and I'm going to New Mexico in December. It's going to be great. Somebody taught me a trick when I did Fargo. I got my head cut off with a chain after being dragged through the snow, and my hands were like all frozen. And somebody, you know those like sticky things you put in your shoes, like foot warmers? Somebody taught me this. If you put those over your kidneys, your whole body warms up. So there's a little trick for you guys. And if you probably already know that because it's cold as hell here, right? I'm getting out soon before it gets cold here. Thank you so much.
Yep, thank you.
Hi, I lost my page while I was writing all this down. Welcome to the World's Shittiest Game Show. I'm your host, DJ Qualls. I'm probably writing all over this expensive-ass couch, am I? What do you have to, what's your name and your guess? I'm going to find this page.
Well, DJ, my name is Kate, and my guess is going to channel Douglas Adams with the number 42. Mostly because I really, really love Liverpool. That's what got me.
Amazing. Liverpool's a great city. Everybody there is like dirty hot. They feel like the people who have sex with you and automatically your credit would be wrecked. Do you know what I mean? I think it's the accent.
Yes. So I have a sociological question for you.
Uh-oh.
Body image.
Okay.
A man. So especially using Supernatural as the cornerstone here, you were paired with a bunch of very hyper-masculine...
Yeah, jacked MFs.
Jacked.
Yeah.
Okay. And my question to you is, you really kind of embraced the fact that you were not the same body type.
Yeah.
Did you do that intentionally, or did that have to come about as a default?
I feel like if you were anything other than that in the entertainment business, you better come with a thick skin. I remember initially, like, I was on Conan, like, I think it was my second movie, and we cut to commercial, and he was like, you're going to have to be really tough, because people are going to write really mean things about you, and they did. But I've never had one bad performance review in my entire career, but the New York Times, the New York Times would write, thank you, the New York Times would write, human bookmark DJ Qualls shines, like they couldn't help it, right? And so then I would start looking up the photos of the people that were doing this, and I'm like, oh, you're identifying with your captors. Like, you're way worse off than I am, and so you're being mean to me to get the approval of meatheads. I'm not about that, and I've always been a sort of come-as-you-are person. And the thing is, while the boys who I love very much, they're my brothers, but while they were going off to the gym during lunch, I was eating a hot fudge sundae. And also, you can't sustain that past 35, 40 anyway. I've had a great time this whole time, and we're all going to wind up looking like we're made of Play-Doh at the end. So I think my path was the best path.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
How are you, my darling?
Star.
Hi, Star. Your name's Star?
Yeah.
So adorable.
All right, my question is...
Wait, what's your guess?
Well, my guess?
Between 1 and 235.
I'm going to have to go with 13. People say it's an
13.
unlucky number, but it's my lucky number.
That's my friend Stratton's lucky number 2. You're in good company.
My question is, do you have a favorite Supernatural scene or quote?
The very first thing I ever got to say was, "Oh, Marmaduke, you crazy," and it made me laugh, and it made Jensen laugh. I loved that scene. I loved it. So they tried to write me a cool moment where I strike the match over Jenny Greentree's grave and say, "You've been Garth," and walk away to like the Edge of Night or something, whatever that Phil Collins song is. What's that Phil Collins song? Doom 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 doom. Yeah, in the air. Yeah. So I was walking in. So they're like, as you walk away, we're going to film you in slow motion. The fire's going to come up behind you. Take your jacket and whip it over your shoulder and strut away. I did the first take, and I was so overzealous that I did this, and the jacket came and wrapped around and hit me in the face, and that's the take they used. I couldn't even give them, they tried to do me a solid and give me, but my whole life experience is like that, so I've embraced it. I think it works for me.
It absolutely does.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. I was a little embarrassed, but then I saw it put together, and I was like, I know they're going to use that. But they let me get 5 cool guy takes out, and the whole time I'm doing it, I'm like, they're going to use that. Of course they're going to use it. It's too good not to use. And what do? They use it. Hi.
My name's Jace.
Hey, Jace.
Can I ask my question before I guess a number?
You can do whatever you want.
What's your favorite number?
What's my... And you would be right, because it is my favorite number. And this is the first time I've ever chosen my favorite number, so you would be absolutely right. No comment. It's 187. Do you want to believe that? I wouldn't believe it either.
I'll guess 161.
161. Oh, I almost wish I'd picked that now. You're so adorable. Come by my table, I'll give you something crappy. Just for being you. Hey, bud.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. What's your guess? What's your name first?
Joseph.
Jason?
Joseph.
Joseph. That's my middle name.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your guess?
I'm going to have to say 7.
Perfect.
And my question for you is, if you had to pick any movie that you wanted to play in, what would it be?
Ooh, I love Pee-wee's Big Adventure so much. I would love to be in that movie. I would love to be when I was younger, one of the kids in Overboard, the Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell one. I love that movie. I would love to be Dudley Moore and Arthur, but nobody would ever do that as well as him because he was so damn good in it. But I love pretending to be drunk on camera because when you pretend to be drunk, you feel drunk. And it's a really fun thing to play. But nobody's going to be better than Dudley Moore, so I take that back. But yeah, those are the 2 things I would love to be in. When I was little, my imagination was so active that I convinced myself that I was on the show The Facts of Life. Like, I was like 7 years old, and I thought that I had been on it. My memory was that I had been on it. I'd never been on it before. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, buddy.
Hi,
Hi, what's your name?
Seth.
Hey, Seth.
My guess is 118.
118. I know one other Seth, and I like you much better. It's Seth Green. No, we've settled our feud, so I like you both equally now.
So how many dice do you think is inside of this bag?
How many dice?
Mm-hmm.
If it's 1, it's a die. Is it just 1?
No.
Is it 147?
No.
Is it 921?
No.
Is it 7?
No.
Is it 14?
No.
Is it 3?
No.
Is it 2?
No.
Is there none?
You're correct with one of them. I accidentally said no, but you're correct with one of them. I'm not telling you which one.
You're still my favorite, Seth.
The answer was 2.
All right, thank you.
I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet.
All right.
Mama, take this.
Take your time. Are you going to do a magic trick?
2.
2.
2.
You have 4?
Nope.
Is that 5?
Yeah.
Is that how many dice are in a dice game? Are you a gambler?
No. Okay, I have another question.
Anything.
If you could choose a place that I would go, where would you choose?
Where you would go?
Yeah.
Well, where would you choose to go? If you could go anywhere ever in the world, space, if you could go anywhere.
Canada.
You'd go to Canada?
Yes.
Well, that's...
Away from America.
I go to Canada all the time. I live half the year in Canada. It's pretty good. I think you could do a little better.
Okay.
All right, thank you, brother.
Hello.
Hi.
My name is Rebecca,
Hi,
and
Rebecca.
my guess is 88.
Perfect.
And my question would be, out of all of the supernatural seasons, what is your favorite villain?
Oh, I don't watch this show. Here's why. People always get disappointed with that, but think about this. These are my best friends in the entire world. I'm marrying one of them. I see these people more than any people I see on the planet. The last thing I want to do in my spare time is watch them pretend. It is also bizarre to watch your friends be on camera because Ty's never seen anything I've ever done. Because you do this. Oh, I know that face. Oh, of course. You know what I mean? It takes you totally out of the storytelling. The only thing I've ever been able to watch where I knew somebody is I know the entire cast of Yellow Jackets, and I love that show, and I'm able to forget that I'm friends with those people because they eat. Well, I won't tell you the rest of it.
Favorite villain overall?
Ooh, my favorite Cruella de Vil. I love her so much. I think she's hilarious. She made a coat out of puppies. Is it that bad? She didn't kill anybody. No, jokes. I like people who are out of their minds in that kind of way. She's over the top. I also think female villains, there are not enough of them. I think that she's dope in the worst possible way.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi, my name's Faith.
Hi, Faith.
My number is 135.
What do you have to say to me?
My question to you is, it's after you got a family and where your whole family was werewolves, and Jensen was sitting at the table, and all of you, and I guess he was hiding from somebody, and you were all eating hearts?
Yeah, we were eating gelatin cow hearts.
Okay, I was wondering if that was real or not because all of you were chowing down.
It was so disgusting. This gelatin, the more you chewed it, the bigger it got. So we had to figure out the number of chews, so we could still swallow it. So me and the woman who plays my wife, Bess, we tried to just dip the bread into the fake blood and eat that. And they're like, cut. You have to eat these gelatin hearts. And they were so disgusting. I probably ate and they were massive, a full gelatin heart. But it's like, I have a problem with texture in food. Like if I chew a banana too much, and it gets all, I get the gags from it. I was gagging the entire time. And then when I gag, the whole table would start gagging. So it was a bunch of werewolves just sitting around eating fake gelatin hearts doing this. And then I had to pretend that I knew how to play the piano, but they didn't deaden the keys. And so I'm sitting there going, clang, 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 and Jensen's busting up laughing. Yeah, it was a great day.
I was just wondering, I could see the look on Jensen's face, and just you eating all those hearts, and it's like, oh my.
He probably was actually sick because he was sitting there just watching us gag, a bunch of werewolves gagging on gelatin hearts. The thing is, anybody who wants to be an actor, you should realize the red carpet is like 2% of it. It is eating gelatin hearts. It's always swimming in the wrong climate. I've never swam in summer ever. You're always swimming in winter or fall. You're always wearing the wrong clothes. Like I remember I did a movie with Sandra Bullock. We're shooting in the desert in July, pretending it's winter in Oklahoma. So we're wearing big wool clothes. It's 1,000 degrees. Everybody smells like garbage. I remember the new guy. I spent 9 hours in a cameraman's crotch doing off camera for the exact right angle. So it made it look like people were making eye contact with me all day long. And that's the job. But the best part of the job is that work goes all over the world and it touches people wherever they are. Like somebody's had a hard day, or people have come up to me many times in public with their spouses and be like, "You were our first date." So the beautiful thing about it is that you're a part of people's lives and you weren't there for those parts. And so that's why when people come up to me and tell me stuff, I always listen to them because I have shared an experience with them that they need to tell me about. And I honor that. And I thank them for it because it makes me feel 10 feet tall. I never tell them that I spent 9 hours in a cameraman's crotch to make that movie happen because I think it hurts it. It makes it a little less romantic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, I'm JC.
Hey, JC.
My guess is 198.
198? Yeah. Perfect.
My question was, when you were on My Name is Earl, what was it like Like, is there any cool stories?
I had a great time on My Name is Earl. This was a podcast story. I'll tell you this story right now, mentioning the names. I had a great time. Everybody was great. I actually knew Ethan Suplee before it. He and I have been buddies for years. Jamie Presley had this weird thing with me that I couldn't figure out. Like, when you're a guest star on a TV show, you are playing in somebody else's yard. So, and usually you have most of the dialogue. You're doing the heavy lifting. And so, like, I had not been a series regular on a TV show before that, but I've always been gracious. If you show up at my set and you're new, you're only working one day, we're going out to dinner later, we invite you. Show people around, or make sure that when between takes, we engage this person so they don't feel like a stranger, because they're ultimately helping us. And we're all in this together. She kept doing this thing where she would do, she kept doing this, I know you from somewhere. I'm like, yeah, I've met you like 100,000 times. No, I don't think I've ever met you. Yeah, I met you at the MTV Music Video Awards, like in whatever year that I'm telling people I am. Whatever year that still makes me be 38. And so we had a lot of mutual friends, and I'm like, yeah, but she wouldn't stop doing it. And it was this, I was like, oh, you're trying to make it like I'm young and inexperienced, and you don't know my name when I've been on the cover of People magazine. You know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. It felt like she was trying to belittle me, and also I was getting laughs, a lot of laughs on that show, and I don't know what she was going through or whatever, but and then I was like, one day she did it, and I was like, yeah, we were at so-and-so's house. He was there. And he was like, oh, I remember that. She has no memory of it. And then one day she did it again. She did, were you in Not Another Teen Movie with me? And I'm like, I'm not that old. And it stopped. Don't mess with me. Yeah. It does hurt. But here's the thing. Don't pretend that you don't know me. I would never do that to you. Oh, and also I love that bearded dragon. It made me want a lizard for a very long time, but I'm not responsible enough. Hi.
Hello.
Where'd that pen go? Do you see? Oh, there it is. I don't know where the lid went. That's another Sharpie. Do y'all see that lid? I need this. Where? What? I need this pen. This is my only blue Sharpie. Security. Oh, there it is. I was sitting on it. Make whatever joke you wish. Okay, hi.
My name is Sasha. I'm going to guess 125. So my question is, what's the craziest thing you had to do in an audition to get the role you did?
Oh, let me think. What's the craziest thing I ever did in an audition? I don't know. I had a pretty quick rise, so I didn't really. I'd never been to LA. The first time I ever went to LA was to be on The Tonight Show. I'd never been there before. I shot Road Trip in Atlanta, Georgia, where I auditioned. So the movie was coming out, and it was testing well. So DreamWorks, how it worked back then is that they made you famous before the movie came out, so they made money off of you. And so I remember I came out to do that, and they put me on the red carpet for Gladiator with Russell Crowe, and I was not in that movie. Never met Russell Crowe. So I think I came out with people already knowing who I was, so I didn't have to have my friend is in advertising, and they really screw with the actors. Like, he was out in LA casting a Cheerios. He was married to my friend for a very long time, her husband, and I loved this guy. I won't mention his name, Kevin. And so Kevin was out casting a Cheerios commercial, and this is not in the commercial, but they were having the actors do this. So imagine you're fish in a bowl, and we sprinkled Cheerios on the top of the water. Now go up and eat those Cheerios up to fuck with them, to embarrass them. And he showed me that, and I was like, are you out of your mind showing this to an actor? And I tore him in half, right? If you tried any of that crap around me in a professional setting, if you try to take anybody's dignity away, I think that must come off of me, and it always has come off of me. Also, people think I'm a lot I was a lot younger than I was when I got to Los Angeles. Like, I looked super young in Road Trip, but I was in my mid-20s when I did that movie. And so, and I'd already worked in law for like almost 4 years, and I'm not to be screwed with. I have a great sense of humor as long as you're not humiliating people. I stopped watching American Idol when they realized they could audition people who were awful and then run those clips to embarrass them. Anything that's mean-spirited, I'm out of. So I think maybe, no one's ever tried to make me do anything crazy in The Fog, I think I got eaten by the fog, and I had to roll around on the floor and pretend to be eaten by the fog, but that was in the scope of what they should. But nobody's ever made me do anything embarrassing. And if I heard that happening to anybody, I would certainly speak out about it. Here's the thing about me. I will call you, or I'll go on television and talk about you. If you're dope, I will go on TV and tell everybody you're dope. If you're awful, I will also go on television and tell people you're awful. And people have always known that about me. When I did the Tonight Show for the first time, Jay was like this, "So, what's it like to be in a movie?" And I'm like, "Breckenmeyer is mean." And they went, "You can't do that." And I'm like, he bullied me the whole movie. He apologized to me at a gas station like 10 years ago. We're past it. And we were little boys at the time, or he certainly was, and he's still little. But I don't put up with it, and I think that kind of comes off. Yeah, I'm a crusader against bullying. I'm real. And I'm also Southern. And I have a sister that has a friend named Daryl that will beat anybody up for $300. I haven't used it yet, but I would.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Emily. My guess is 22.
Hi, Emily.
My mom and I are recently watching through Scrubs, and we saw you. Do you remember your experience on Scrubs?
I do. I remember everything. I did it because Zach Braff was a friend of mine, and actually became very good friends with Donald Faison on that show, and we're still good friends. I was there when he met, so his wife, Casey, is Jessica Simpson's former assistant, and Hollywood used to be very small. There weren't a lot of media outlets. There were like 5 major studios, 5 major networks, and 3 cable channels, and so there wasn't a lot of production, and the same actors were in everything. So if your buddy was up for something that you were up for, you were stoked that they got it. Because you're like, "Oh, well, I never would have done what you did in that role," because it was going to be your turn next. So there was not jealousy. And LA nightlife, it was right before TMZ was born, and right before phones got cameras on them, was very organized. Like on a Monday, you got jobs from going out. So like a Monday night, our Monday night place was Joseph's. Tuesday night was, I think, Crown Bar, then Wednesday was Concord. So you knew where to go without calling everybody, and you would get jobs from being photographed entering or exiting those bars with famous people. It made you look famous and got you roles. It was a very specific time. And so we were all in that because we needed it. Like my friend got a Gap campaign with Joni Mitchell from stumbling out of a bar one night. And then I went away to shoot a movie, and then the LAPD were like, "How are the Olsen twins at the Tropicana bar when they're 19? It was rated, and then everything was over in a night." And then the next generation all went to bed at 9:30, and it looked unstable to do all that stuff. And then phones got cameras on them. The first time I was ever on TMZ, I was peeing behind a dumpster, and I didn't know what it was. And I was facing the road with the dumpster in front of me, just peeing. And the guy was like, "Hey, DJ," and I'm like, "Oh, hey, how are you?" And they were like, "TMZ here." I'm like, "What's that?" And that sort of changed everything. But what I remember most from those early experiences, like we were all brand new together, and we still had a sense of community, and it was before the media could be as intrusive as they were. And it was a special time. It really was. And it was the last of that time. And also, it was the last of the time where we actually shot on film. So now everything's shot digitally. And the difference that makes is that when we shot on film, we would shoot 3 pages a day max. Now we're shooting 12 pages a day, 14 pages a day. And you didn't learn your line, so you could work 14 hours. That's a typical day is about 12 to 14 hours. And then you would go home and sleep, and then you would rehearse this first scene up, and it would take 3 hours to light film, so you would learn your lines during that 3 hours and hang out with your cast. And now it's super quick. You don't get to meet anybody. You don't get to know anybody. I feel bad for this young generation of actor because they're not getting the experience of community. And there's so much competition with them because our salaries have plummeted. Like I had to present at the Young Hollywood Award, and it was like Ashley Tisdale and Chloe Grace Moritz and Vanessa Hudgens, and their vibe to each other was so snipey and not what we had. And I think it's because there's no sense of community. And that's what, when I think about that time on Scrubs, I'm like, God, we all had such a good time and hung out all the time offset and still talk to this day. It's a really cool time. And thank you for reminding me of that.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think we have time for one more question. So,
hi.
Hi, I'm Jenny, and did anyone guess 21 yet?
Nobody guessed 21. Did they? No. Nope. Hey, Jenny.
What's the favorite prop that you stole?
Oh, that's good. This isn't something I stole, but I was just at a Comic-Con in, this was like 2 years ago, in Huntsville, Alabama, and some guy brought me a wooden box that he made with bubble letters of my name carved out and like affixed to the wooden box that he made. And I opened it, and it was a brass lion from the front. You turn it on the back, and it was a penis that had Chinese writing on it. And it was, oh, you were with me. You were with me. And the thing about that was so interesting is that I didn't check a bag, so they had to go through the little X-ray thing. And so I'm at the airport, and I'm like this, oh, there's a brass penis that somebody gave me, and it's in my bag. But the guy had such an earnest look on his face. He wasn't joking. He was like, I really want you to have this. And I'm like, is this a cultural thing I don't know about? And you don't want to I never want to embarrass anybody. So as it was going through, I'm like, oh, it's in there. And I was like, a fan gave it to me, and they did this. Oh my God, it's you. And I was like, oh my, being famous trumps you having a giant brass dildo in your bag. I could get away with anything. What did you ask? I know you didn't ask that. Oh, my favorite prop that I've stolen. Well, I didn't steal it. It was given to me, but my road trip t-shirt, my Atari shirt, is very special to me. Also, Mr. Fizzles, it was given to me. The blue meth I like. Oh, I was at Hobbiton, and that tree, is it Bilbo Baggins' house? Is that where it is? That tree that grows out of the top? There's like 400,000 silk leaves that have been sewn on it that shed all the time. And so I went through and just picked up like tons of them. So if you come to my house, you'll probably get a handful of crushed up Bilbo Baggins leaves. I love them. They're in a potpourri jar in my entryway. Thank you for playing the World's Shittiest Game Show, guys. I had a great time with you. I hope you had a good time with me. I'm going to go eat some chicken fingers, and I'll be at my table. Come by and say hey. And hey, Star, you were just pipped at the post by Joseph, who said 7. The number was 11. Wait, no, you weren't. No, Star, you're right. 13 is closer because it's not closest to the actual retail price without going over. It's closest to the number. So Star 13, Joseph, sorry. Star, you won the World's Shittiest Game Show. Come to my table. And I'll push something on you that I don't want to throw away. Bye, guys.
All right, one more time for DJ Qualls.
Hey, this is Wilson Cruz from Star Trek Discovery, and you're watching Fandom Spotlite. Be sure to like and share, plus have fun and follow your fandom. Doctor's orders.